Hi, I'm Diana Dahlia, and I'm an author of the book called Models and Supermodels, Step-by-Step Guide. And I'm also a model still. I've been modeling for a very long time, which is very unusual because you find that with modeling, it lasts for a very short period, so it's very unusual to be modeling still. And Joe is going to introduce himself.
I'm Joe Okwesa, the director of Zebra Models, and also we run an image bank. Yeah, okay. So I've been in the industry for a very long time. So
like myself?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. And you are?
I'm Natalie Nicholson. I'm an up-and-coming model and part of Zebra Models.
My name is Monica. I'm from Lithuania, and I'm doing modeling already 8 months. I'm just starting, but I really like it, and hopefully I'm doing better and better each time.
Let me ask you both, what is it that you like about modeling, and why did you choose modeling rather than being a secretary or a nurse or a doctor? Why modeling?
I chose it because I like the whole industry. I love taking pictures, I love going on castings, I like doing different types of work like advertising and different kinds of.
So have you managed to do anything like that?
I've done for small businesses. I've advertised like for small businesses, but nothing big. But hopefully, being part of Zebra Models will give me opportunities.
And Monica?
And my story is quite interesting because I never ever dreamed I'm going to be a model. And
what did you dream of being? You say you never thought of being a model.
I thought I'm going to be like teacher in a
really?
school, working
looking
with
like
kids.
this.
I like kids. I love kids definitely. So just that becoming a model, it's really new thing for me. And
so when did you realize? At what point in your life did you realize this is what I'd like to do?
When first time I came in an agency because I met Joey, director, in a coffee shop because I'm working in a coffee shop for the moment, and he saw me, gave his cards, told me, you should start, you should think something about because you have pretty nice body and it might be going to be a successful model. So when first time I came and I started my training, I love it, I came back home, stand through the window, on the mirror, and I was like doing all the time.
You did all the poses?
Yeah. It's better like that, good like
yeah.
that.
But that's
so
good practice.
Yeah, so since that day, it's like oh my God, it's the main thing in my life now.
Oh, that's nice. So Joe, what is it about these two ladies that you felt were special enough to actually be part of Zebra Models? We'll start with Natalie.
Yeah, well, when Natalie came, she was a bit shy, but then looking at me and...
shy?
Yeah, she was shy, I don't know if it's because of Christmas. And I looked at her face, and I said, oh, okay, she has nice
beautiful face.
Beautiful face. And then I tried to find out all the things she has done in the past. But one thing that she has naturally gripped into the mainstream of the commercial industry. So I said, okay, and from there I will start training her, showing her what to do and so on and so forth, and how to work with her face because she got a nice bone structure. So, and that's why I actually get on board.
And what advice have you given us, as you're saying, her face,
yes,
and how she should model with her face?
With her face expressions, responding to the camera and be able to tease the camera and get the right pictures, to be able to change from being a happy girl, normal, and then also be a bit cheeky with the camera, play with it, and not staying still, looking at the camera and saying, okay, you photographer have to tell me what to do all the time. So you kind of flow around with the camera, and that's what I've
And how did you find doing that, Natalie? Because that's quite frightening for your first time.
It was because going into modelling, I thought it was just, stand at the camera and the photographer says, oh, stand there. But I'm doing workshop with Joe, and it's teaching me so much that I didn't know. So it's been an experience, but I've been practicing every single day. So
what kind of things have you learned?
To with my facial expressions, and you have to with your facial expressions, your body has to be with your facial expression. So you can't just have a sad face and you're just like this. It has to really
all flow, all work in one.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, good. That's interesting. And Monica? What was it about Monica? Sorry, Monica, that you found interesting?
Well, the one thing is, this was so funny. I walked inside a restaurant
Right.
in a cafe, and I was very hungry, and I said, oh, I need to eat something East London sort of breakfast. So I walked inside this place, sat down. First of all, order what I want, but I wasn't paying attention, you know, knowing me, sometimes I'm in a different world.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, I saw this girl walking, and then she just stood in front of the counter. And I just said, oh my God, look at that. You know, the shape and the legs and everything. I just said, okay, I don't know this girl, but she served me, and then I draw her attention. She came, and then I started asking her, you know, have you done modeling? Have you done? She was just looking at me, and I could just see that she's new in the town.
She got a bit suspicious, right?
Yeah, she was looking at me, you know,
Yes.
this man, you know, wearing,
What does he want?
on a winter weather, very cold Saturday morning,
Yes.
he's wearing this coat,
Yes.
you know, and I'm still like this, and I'm looking at her.
Oh, okay.
And I gave her my card, and I said, listen, this is not a joke. I'm not just call me. This is not a joke. And she's still looking at me,
Yeah.
interesting, you know. She went to her friend, it's like, okay.
Yeah, a bit anxious.
Yeah. But, you know, luckily she called me and said she's on her way coming. I said, fine. And she came down, and then we spoke, and I said, listen, you know, you have to sign in, and so on and so forth. But she has a very good attitude, and so on and so forth. So she went through the workshop with me. I trained her how what to do, and so on and so forth. But then the one that really made me happy is that I had a phone call from Channel 4. And they said, oh, we need somebody to do something for a children's program. And I said, I can't, you know, I said to the guys, they're actually tight with time. So I started phoning, I can't get anybody. I said, no, I don't want to lose this. So I picked up the phone and phoned Monica. I said, where are you? She said, I'm still in the cafe. I said, can you just drop your apron and everything and make your way down to Channel 4?
Fantastic.
She said, yes, she will. And she made it. And then, you know, that was the first job she got while she was actually doing the training. So,
Right.
Yeah.
And did you actually get the job?
Yeah, she got it, yeah.
Fantastic,
Yes.
great. So how did you feel when Joe actually approached you? Because as women, we are told, you know, just be very careful when somebody just comes up. And how did you know that Joe was for real?
I didn't know, you know, there was some strange feeling inside, you know, like, should I trust this person?
Yeah.
Like, he was quite nice, he gave his card, I checked everything on the internet straight away.
Good.
And then I decided maybe I should try. And that was a lucky day.
Yeah. See, that's what's really good. I think what Monica did is, and I'm sure you'd agree, Joe, is that you can't just rely on anybody, just, you know, if they're giving you a card. You know, you have to be very careful and do your research. And which you did, and you found out that Joe's been in the industry for a very long time and he is kosher. Because you will find, you know, a lot of people handing out your cards and they really have got nothing to do with the modelling industry. So, and I'm sure Joe's already explained all of that to you. And if anybody does that, the first thing you need to do is get in touch with your agent and let them know that somebody is approaching you for work or anything like that. So that's great. So where do you see yourselves going from here? Oh, Joe, should I ask you that? Where are these ladies going to be working, or what's planned for these ladies?
Well, one thing is that as Zebra Model stands, Zebra Model is a machine now. Despite that I started Zebra Models, but now it's a machine working on its own. So I will try my best to present Natalie into the industry, depending what the client is looking for. Then if they're happy to use her, fine, but I will make sure I present her in a very good light so they can be able to see her and then use her for any commercial. As you know, the industry, I'm only a servant in the industry. The only thing I just do the job and then let the clients come in and choose what they want. Monica, I've just sent a picture to a client this morning, and I'm still in talk with them to get her to do a commercial this Friday coming. So we keep our fingers crossed that they will, you know, select you and then they can then do the commercial for them. Well, I see both of them as potential models to do something out there in a big way, but they are using Zebra as their first entry to the industry, and which I'll be very happy to see both of you shining very high out there. But everything is down to the client and what they want to do. But you know, as I said, you haven't done any job with us yet, but I know that when you get the first one, you do very well. She's in a good book, and I'm always in contact with her to make sure that I keep track, and then she knows what is going on. So
what's the next stage? Is it a portfolio, or what's the next?
Natalie's stage at the moment, she's still on her workshop, So, and then she's actually doing a program. I'm using her to do a program with Ben TV. So Ben TV is doing a sort of a pilot on my work. So she happened to be on that. So that
will your first experience.
Yeah. So we're doing that, and then she's done her portfolio. She's already out there, and I'm still fighting to make sure I get her things to do. So.
How are you both going to, because obviously modelling is an industry, it's great when the work's coming in, but you've also rejection. How are you going to cope with it? Because I'm sure you do realise that you can be rejected in the industry, and how are you going to handle that, Natalie?
With rejection, it's something that I have to deal with, because it is a tough industry to go into. So I've prepared myself, and Joe's teaching me a lot in the workshop, and he's taught me a lot about rejection and different type of stuff, so I think I can deal with it.
Monica?
I didn't thought yet about that.
It's something, you've got to be thick-skinned.
Yeah, I should prepare myself for that.
You should.
Yes.
Definitely.
And, there's, anyone have some place in their life. If not here, it should be somewhere else then.
So you have a very positive outlook.
Yes, I am.
Yeah. Joe, how do the models on your books, what do you normally say to them about rejection? How do you explain that to them?
Rejection, I try my best to make sure that I send a picture to the client, and then if they reject them from there, the girl comes back to me, I would say like Anna, she lives in France, she called me this morning and said, oh, have I been accepted for a particular job? I said, no, they didn't accept you. I will have to be very nice to them, and then if they ask me why, I will say, well, it's down to the client. But you have to understand that this industry is such a very strong industry. There's a lot of competition out there, and the only thing that will make them actually give you a job is if you have a particular feature that they cannot find somewhere else. That is the most important thing. But then if they have, say, 40 girls that looks like Natalie, then we have a problem.
Yeah.
Or if they have 40 girls that looks like you, we have a problem. But if you are the only one that stands out from the crowd, then there's a chance that they will have you on. I see a lot of girls that goes around and sort of dyeing up their hair for blonde all the time, and then you realize that it's not actually blonde because of the root of the hair is brown. And she still say, I'm blonde. But then the client is looking at you, he got confused. He doesn't know if you are really blonde or if you are brown hair.
Yeah, and I agree with you, Joe, because I do remember when I was sending my photos when I first started in the modelling industry, and I sent my photos out to a couple of agencies, and what I found was that they would say, oh, you're not right for today, and then I'd send the same picture the following week, perfect. I was perfect for them. So it really is quite bizarre, this industry, that you're in fashion today, by next week they've moved on.
Yeah.
And you've got to be thick-skinned, and you mustn't, I feel that you really shouldn't take it personally. It's not you as a person, it's what the client is looking for at that particular moment. And they are quite specific, aren't they, Joe, as to what it is they're looking for.
They're looking for
they can be quite specific. So we want somebody that's, 5'11", blonde hair, or they'll say, no, we want a black lady that's got high cheekbones. And so both of you wouldn't be right for it, or you'd be right for this one this week. And it's something we have to get used to.
Yes.
This is why I feel with modelling, you shouldn't just rely on just modelling. You should also educate yourself as well, and do other things, and learn other skills. Learn to dance as well.
Yeah.
If you can perform, sing, dance, act, do them, because they all help towards your modelling. What would you say?
No, you're right in what you're saying. It's always good to have a second job. Modeling is not every day. And then you get some girls that always come in there. Either they send you an email or they phone you and say, oh, I haven't got a job, you need to find me a job. I said, excuse me.
Yeah, there's no guarantees.
I am not the client. I'm just a servant presenting you to the client. If they want to use you, I'm quite happy to send you over. And that is how the industry works. And I get girls that comes in through the door and they say, oh, this is my dream. you have to make me become famous. And I'm sitting there and saying, well, I don't know how to make you become famous if that's what you want. But if you want to work as a model, means that when we need you, we book you, you go and do a job, you finish, we pay you, you go. That's fine with me, you know. So don't get high hopes. You know, we're living in this celebrity world where
Yes.
they think that overnight you become famous. Even though Kate Moss, Miami Campbell, you name them, all the top big models out there actually work very hard to get where they are today. You need to understand the body language. It's not a question of you jumping on and in front of the camera. I've got girls coming to my office. I said, no, you don't have experience. You need to do a workshop. Then make that mistake. Run inside a photographic studio, get some pictures done, finish, come in, they present it to you and say, I'm a model. I said, no, you're not a model. You just went to the photographic studio. Yes, the photographer has to make a living, but you approach an agency first. The agency will then say, okay, we can be able to put you in the industry, and then they recommend a photographer to work with you. Because, because these are all the things that agency does for you. The agency knows the best photographer in town, and they know the worst photographer in town. You can't go to a wedding photographer and expect to get modeling shots done. Yeah, a photographer will take the pictures, but hey, hello, there's a lot as you've seen before. And when I looked at your picture when you sent it over, and I made all those comments, and then you spot them, you know, and now, as you said to me, you started looking pictures differently, understanding the use of having an image, you know, and that's what my workshop, you know, package is all about, is to actually bring you in and show you the world of modeling, and also for you to understand when you see a bad picture, you know it's a bad picture.
Yeah, Joe's actually right, because one of the things I find with modeling is that when I meet a lot of ladies and men that say, I'm a model, but they don't even have the discipline. You have to have a lot of discipline in modeling. Yeah. And it's not just about being a pretty face. If the attitude is wrong, it's not going to work, because it's so true they say that the camera doesn't lie, and it's so true, because if you have an attitude, it shows through the lens. It really does, because everything shows through your pores, your facial expressions, the way you maneuver your body as well, everything. If you're not a happy sort of person and you don't enjoy what you're doing, the camera and people can tell. And what I have found in modeling for a long time is that if you're a joy to be around, if people enjoy having you in their studio, they will ask for you time and time again. You might not be the best model, but because you follow direction really well, you're very disciplined, you're very prompt, you turn up on time, you just get on with the job, you're professional, they will always use you. Do you agree, Joe?
Oh yeah, of course. Well, that's the most important thing, being in time. Yeah, being in time is the most important thing. I've experienced where somebody was so late, it was unbelievable. It was so late and everybody was waiting, and you have, you know, big names actually sitting down because she was the main character for whatever they are shooting. But the other people there are supposed to be part of it, not actually the men. But she turned up 2 hours late. And the client kept constantly phoning me. I'm phoning this girl. Now she said to me, oh, I don't have money. So I'm waiting for my cousin to come in so he can give me money for me to travel to the place. I said, well, you could have phoned me.